You know, every so often, a story comes along that isn't just about a new gadget or a faster processor. This is one of those stories. It's about a fundamental power shift, a change in who owns and who controls artificial intelligence itself. And honestly, it could redefine the entire global tech landscape. I want you to picture a specific date, February 16th, 2026. And get this, the center of the tech world, it's not in Silicon Valley anymore. It's in New Delhi. While the West is busy arguing over AI subscription prices, India has just flipped the switch on what they're calling their digital nervous system. And this isn't some rogue idea. This is the official mandate driving the whole thing. The goal is no longer to just use AI that was built somewhere else. The new mission is to become a sovereign AI power. The message is crystal clear: create in India, for India, and, down the line, for the rest of the world.
And this is the strategic weapon that's sending shockwaves all the way to California. 65 rupees per hour. That is the price India is setting for access to the high-end GPUs that are the real engines of AI. This isn't just some temporary sale. It's a declaration of intent.
I mean, just to put that in perspective, that's almost a third of the average global price. This move isn't just about making AI a little cheaper. No, it's a strategic decision to transform AI into a public utility, something as accessible and essential as electricity for every single startup, researcher, and student in the nation. This completely changes the economics of who gets to innovate.
So you might be asking, why make such a huge, radical move? Well, to really get that, we need to take a quick look at the way the global system works right now, which, for a long time, has pretty much been a two-player game.
See, on one side, you've got the American model. It's driven by private companies, it's fueled by enormous amounts of venture capital, and it's really dominated by a handful of tech giants. And on the other side, you have China's model, totally state-directed, obsessed with data, and laser-focused on national dominance. Both are incredibly powerful, for sure, but they basically force every other country in the world to pick a team. And for a lot of countries, especially in the global south, relying on these two giants comes with a really steep price tag. First, there's the very real danger of data colonization, where all of your nation's most valuable data gets shipped off, processed, and monetized somewhere else. Then there's cultural erasure, because these Western models are trained on the English-speaking internet, so they often just don't get the local languages and contexts. And finally, you've got economic rent-seeking, a future where you're just stuck being a customer forever, always renting your intelligence from a foreign power. So India's answer to this whole dilemma isn't to pick a side, it's to build its own path, right from the ground up. It's a complete, top-to-bottom strategy to own its digital future. And right at the very heart of this strategy is this concept of sovereign AI. And it's about so much more than just technology. It's really about achieving digital independence. It's a nation's ability to build, control, and deploy its own AI, making sure that it reflects its own unique values, languages, and goals. And this right here is their playbook for becoming self-reliant. It's a really systematic approach where every single piece is designed to support the others. It starts at the very bottom with the fuel, that's the shared public data, and the engine, that ridiculously low-cost compute we were just talking about. From there, they're building up with a domestic semiconductor mission for the actual hardware, massive data centers for storage, and even a commitment to clean energy to power the whole thing sustainably. And let me tell you, this ambition is being backed by some serious national investment. We're talking about the massive 10,000 crore rupee India AI mission. It's funding everything from getting over 38,000 GPUs online to setting up 570 new AI data labs all across the country to really spark that grassroots innovation. This is no small experiment, it's a huge nationwide push. Now, what makes this public infrastructure so incredibly powerful is the combination of its sheer scale, its game-changing cost, and just how easy it is to access. Through a simple cloud portal, any innovator, any startup can now tap into this national resource on a pay-as-you-go basis. This one move just demolishes one of the biggest financial hurdles in AI development. But look, world-class infrastructure is pretty useless if you don't have a brain to run on it, right? And that's where India's next big strategic move comes in, building its very own homegrown AI models to finally break its dependence on foreign ones.
So out of more than 500 proposals, 12 founding models were chosen. And you can see a really clear theme starting to emerge. You have models like Sarvam AI, which is being developed specifically to handle India's massive linguistic diversity. We're talking over 22 official languages. Socket AI is tackling the same challenge, while others like Genloop are busy creating lightweight models that are perfect for a mobile-first nation where most people get online with their phones.
But this strategy isn't just about language. It's also about going deep into science and technology. Other founding models are being built for these super specialized fields. You've got ZentelEQ's Brahm AI for complex engineering simulations, NeuroDX, which uses AI to analyze brain scans for early detection of disorders, and Showed AI, which helps accelerate the discovery of new materials. This is all about building foundational strength across the country's most critical sectors.
So, what's the secret sauce that makes a lot of these new models even possible? It's a key technical breakthrough. You see, a tokenizer is how an AI breaks down language into little pieces it can understand, and the standard Western ones are incredibly inefficient with Indian languages. But this new BrahmiNet tokenizer, it's a complete game changer. It's up to 40% more efficient, which makes these homegrown models way faster and cheaper to run.
And you have to understand, this isn't just some minor software update. Building technology that understands your language and your culture natively without having to be filtered through an English-first lens, that is a powerful act of digital decolonization. It's about making sure your culture gets a first-class seat at the table of the future.
So when you combine the infrastructure, the custom-built models, and all of that homegrown innovation, well, the long-term implications become incredibly clear. This is nothing less than a bid to reshape the entire global AI order.
And hey, this isn't theoretical stuff. These AI tools are already being put to work solving real-world problems for millions of people. As you can see, applications are already live in agriculture to boost crop yields, in healthcare to help diagnose diseases, and even in the justice system to analyze legal documents. It's all about delivering real, tangible impact right now. And make no mistake, this is a long-term play with a very clear roadmap. The India AI mission kicked everything off in 2024. By 2026, the public compute infrastructure and the first foundation models were live. The next steps involve something called chip diplomacy to secure those all-important semiconductor supply chains, with the ultimate goal of having full-stack, sovereign AI capability by 2030. You know, if you're looking for a historical parallel for all of this, think about India's journey in the pharmaceutical industry. It was once dismissed by the big players, but through relentless cost innovation and just massive scale, it became known as the pharmacy of the world. India is now setting itself up to do the exact same thing, but this time with artificial intelligence. Which really leaves all of us with this final critical question to think about. Is AI destined to become just another subscription service that you rent from a handful of giant corporations? Or can it be a public utility, like electricity or water, that a nation actually owns and uses to empower all of its citizens? Well, India has clearly chosen its answer.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel grow. See you in the next video.